Grab the dog by its collar. I'm going to pick the dog off its front 2 feet, and I'm going to run with it, hopping behind me on its back 2 legs. We do this for a couple of reasons. One is, if I'm moving the dog really quickly, I don't want to accidentally step on its front feet. And the other one, when I go get swift, you'll see in a minute, these dogs are very large, very strong, and very excited. I'm taking the dog out of 4-paw drive and putting it in the 2-paw drive so I can move it a little easier around the yard. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get the dogs. With the help of the kennel staff, I'm going to run the sled. I'll see you back here in just a couple minutes.
I like her.
Yeah.
All right.
That's a harness. We can go ahead, other design. Huh? The two girls had a black one had other designs. She went sort of jumped on the little girl.
All right, well, what you all think? Excellent. Well, we got some very important members of our demonstration today. First is our human members. This is our kennel staff behind us. Let's give them a big round of applause today. These folks are the ones that, of course, feed these guys, take care of them, clean up after them. So they do a lot of hard work around here to make sure the dogs live the life of luxury here. And then, of course, the real stars of our show today, the dogs. What I'll do now is I'll tell you a little bit about each dog and what position they're running in the team today. Up here in the front, we have what are known as the lead dogs. The lead dogs essentially are the heart and soul, the brains of the whole operation. When we're running dogs, you notice there wasn't any reins back there like the horses. When you run dogs, we use voice commands to tell the dogs which way to go and what we want them to do. The leaders, when we use the voice commands, they're the ones we're talking to get this to do what we want. We use 4 basic commands with the leaders. Whoa to stop, hike or let's go to go. G means turn right, and haw means turn left. Besides having to know the commands and do them when asked, these dogs also have to be headstrong enough to lead the team and the musher through whatever conditions you might find out on the trail, whether it be deep snow, water, ice, blizzards, winds, you name it. These are the dogs that lead everyone else to safety. Up here in front today, we have a brother and sister combination. Up here in front, we have Coho, and next to him we have his sister Keta. And Coho and Keta are both 6 years old. We move back a position in the team. Directly behind the leaders are what are called the swing dogs. Now they don't swing dance, they help swing teams around the corners. A little team like this, it's not a big a deal, but say I'm running 12 dogs in this team. It's going to be much longer. As you can imagine, you're going to have to swing pretty wide around a corner, and that's what the swing dogs help us do. Today, all by his lonesome and swing, we have Pyro, and Pyro is 2 years old. Now, if we had a longer team, there'd be some dogs in between the swing and these dogs in the back, and they would be known as the team dogs, which is essentially their job. Be part of the team and run and pull the sled. Now if we move to the very back position right in front of the sled, we have what are known as the wheel dogs. The wheel dogs a lot of times are some of your big, powerful dogs because especially in the wintertime, if the sled stops for a bit and it gets a little bit frozen in the snow, they're the ones that break that sled free and get it moving while the rest of the team is getting up and running. We have another brother-sister combination back here in wheel today. Up front we have Muddy. And next to her, we have her brother, Swift. And both Muddy and Swift are 7 years old. Let's give these dogs a big round of applause today. All right, what I'm going to do now is we have a little bit of time. I can take some questions from the audience. I'm going to take 2 questions from each set of stands. If I don't get to your question, don't feel bad, because you can come down and ask me personally or ask one of the kennel staff personally after the program is over. So today I think we're going to start in this middle section of stands. Does anyone have a question? Yes?
What do they eat?
What do these dogs eat? Well, they eat kibble. Looks like dry kibble, but it's not dog chow from Walmart. It is a specially formulated sled dog food that's very high in fat and very high in protein. These guys, on an average day on the trail in the wintertime, will burn over 5,000 calories a day. So we feed them a very fatty, high-protein food, along with a lot of fatty snacks as well, which is essentially fat. We feed them rendered poultry fat, we feed them meat as well, stuff that gives them a lot of energy that they're going to burn through during the day. Yes?
Are they all pure breed?
They are not a pure, the question was, are they all a purebred type of dog? And they are not a pure breed. They are what we generically call an Alaskan Husky, which is essentially a dog that's bred to run and pull a sled. So these are not a pure breed, they're not a registered breed of dogs. All right, a couple questions down here. Anyone? How are these guys different than the racing sled dogs? Essentially size and body build. Racing sled dogs that you're going to see kind of in the Iditarod or some of the bigger races, average size of those dogs is about 35 to 45 pounds. These dogs' average size were in the 75-pound range. These dogs are, obviously, because they're bigger, they're slower, but these dogs are much stronger. These are what we know as freighting dogs, and for what we do in the park, pulling a lot of gear around, these dogs work better if we're not in a hurry out here. So that's kind of the main difference, is this kind of size and build. Yes?
What's an average day in the winter? How far do you travel?
And what's an average day in the wintertime? Average day here in the park for these teams is probably about 25, 30 miles in a day. And so a good day with good trail, that'll take 4 or 5 hours to finish. All right, down here in this last set of stands, right here in the red jacket.
Yes, how do you train the dogs?
How do we train the dogs? Well, lucky for us, the ability to run and pull is already in there. So we don't have to train them to do that. They want to do that right out from day one. But as pups, we work with them all. The first year of their pup's life is training. They do a lot of free walking in the fall. Their first winter, they'll run loose with the team. And then in their end of their first winter, they'll actually get hooked up with the team and kind of learn the ropes, and we'll put them next to an experienced dog. As far as training every year for everyone, we start that in the fall. We use a four-wheeler. We run them in front of that, and we run laps down around Riley Creek Campground, and we slowly build up the mileage and time, so by the time winter really hits, these guys are in good enough shape they can go out in the park. Yes?
What's the work span of a dog like this?
What is the working span of a dog like this? Here in this park, and for most sled dogs, they'll run and pull a sled till about age 9 or 10.
Then are they retired gracefully?
They are retired gracefully. I hope so. But what we do when we retire our dogs here is we have a program where people can adopt these dogs and they can take them home as a pet dog for the rest of their life. So that's what we do with these guys here. If I didn't get you your question, don't feel bad. Like I said, you can come down and ask one of us personally after the program. I just got a few quick announcements before I let you loose. The first is, if you want to get your classic Alaskan photo on the back of the dog sled, that's great. Feel free to. We ask you just please stand on the runners where I was standing. Please don't sit in the sled. And when you come down from the stand, you'll notice there's this blue line running along the front of the sled here. These dogs are still in working mode. There's only 5 of them. There's over 100 of you. It would be a little intimidating if everyone tried to come down and pet these guys. So we do ask that you please stay on this side of the blue line when you exit the stand and when you're getting photographs. If you want to learn more about dog mushing here in Alaska, particularly here in Denali National Park, or want to take something home from your visit here, we can invite you to visit the Alaska Geographic table over right here. Alaska Geographic is one of our park partners. They run the bookstores in all the federal lands in Alaska, and they donate quite a bit of that money back to our federal lands. Over there at the stand today, we have Winter Patrol, which is a movie that tells about what these dogs do in the wintertime. We have a book, The Sled Dogs of Denali, written by our Corpus Kennels manager, and I think they have some postcards and other dog mushing stuff as well. So feel free to go visit that. And then finally, on the buses, I said no food here because we don't want to feed any of the dogs. That is a tiny bit of a lie. There is one dog that I'll let everyone feed because he is so well behaved. His name is Buck, and he sits on this house over here. Buck loves green paper and silver coins. Everything we get out of Buck's tummy at the end of the day stays right here at the kennels. We buy gear for our staff and volunteers. We buy treats for the dogs and any other associated things that come with running a large kennel such as this. I hope over the last 30 minutes I've given you an appreciation for the history of dog mushing here in Denali National Park. What these dogs did in the past to help protect the Dall sheep, and what they do today to patrol a wilderness park in the wintertime and provide a safety net for all the other users out here. For the last 80 years, these dogs really have played a vital role in not only protecting the wildlife, but preserving our wilderness values that we hold dear here today. These dogs, thus as much as us human rangers, have shaped the Denali National Park that you all are visiting today and that all of us have come to love. Thank you very much for coming this afternoon. Hope you have a great stay in Denali. Thank you very much.